With his earnings, Joe Louis bought his mother a home on this very block. The world was at war at this point, and Joe joined the service as well to do his part, as he put it. During the war years, Joe Louis fought some 96 fights all over the world. It was said that some 5 million servicemen had a chance to see the champion box. And Joe always had a heart of gold. During that time, it was not on just one occasion that when a loved one died, Joe would pick up the funeral expenses for a fellow serviceman. Billy Conn, during those war years, you were also in the service. You were a corporal. Joe Louis was a sergeant. And I know at one time during the war, you thought that you had that rematch with Joe that you sorely wanted.
Yeah, we were going to fight for the Army Emergency Relief during the war, and something happened. I had a 3-day pass after we signed up to fight, and I came home and I got in a fight with my father-in-law, and I broke my hand, and they called the fight off.
There was another incident that happened in Mike Jacobs' office before the war.
Oh, yeah. I was sitting there talking to Joe, and I said, man, I got a bad break with you. I could have went around the corner and told all the guys that I'm the heavyweight champion. He kept it about 6 months. I'll let you win it back. And he looked at me. He says, you had it for 12 rounds. You couldn't keep it. How the hell were you going to keep it for 6 months?
Well, after the war, you did get your chance. Mike Jacobs, who was then Joe Louis's promoter, arranged the fight. Billy Conn versus Joe Louis. Louis weighed 207 pounds, and Billy Conn, you weighed, well, they said 189, and you say 180.
What's the difference what I weighed? I didn't get there.
And the folks who saw the fight afterwards said it was a different Billy Conn than it was the first time.
It's not too long. It was 4 years out of it.
Do you want to see this one all over again?
No, forget it.
Got to put you through it. Billy Conn versus Joe Louis.
June 19th, 1946. Joe Louis squares off with Billy Conn, uttering some ominous words to the press. He can run, but he can't hide. Billy Conn would soon understand.
Conn, with the stripe on his trunks, is boxing cautiously against the man considered by many the greatest heavyweight champion of all time, Joe Louis. Conn using that left jab at long range. This is the second meeting of these two men. 5 years ago, Louis, trailing on all scorecards, rallied to knock out Conn in the 13th round. Louis has Conn cornered here in round 5. A stinging left hook by the challenger. The bell ending the round. In rounds 6 and 7, Louis continued to be the aggressor and won both rounds. Here in round 8, the champion is definitely in command. Louis throwing torrid punches at the challenger. Conn at 177 is giving away 20 pounds to the Brown Bomber. But throwing punches in there with Joe Louis shows that Billy has a mountain of courage. A right cross, and Billy tries to hold. An explosive combination sends Conn crashing to the canvas here in round 8. The referee is counting, but it's all over. Joe Louis successfully defends his heavyweight crown against the former light heavyweight champion, Billy Conn.
After making 625